your consuming passions? Are they for the Lord and His work? Or is there something else, like a secular career? Should you choose or not? Well, whether you are sure or just looking, the instructions from today's message to choose or not to choose will help you think about where your true passions lie.
Come on, Gary, get up. Let's go.
Give me a break, Mom. There's 10 more hours.
Gary, it's Friday. You have a full schedule.
I have a full schedule every day.
Your father and I want to talk to you before you leave. Let's get up.
Move! Sit down, son. Your progress report came yesterday. You know, I'm very disappointed you're wasting your time with all these random classes.
I'm just exploring, Dad.
Explore? I mean, take a look at some of these. Ethics in a spiritual world, intermediate truth and beauty, depth of personal understanding.
They're interesting.
And what about this one? Opium for the masses. Are you on drugs? Because I'll kick your ass.
Hey, Gary, look, we've talked about this before. You cannot waste your time on these classes, all right? Do you really think they're going to teach you anything?
You know, your mother's right. You need to spend more time studying. You need to focus and apply yourself.
You're full of talent. You are, but you're wasting it.
Not talent, you meant to say potential. You're thinking of potential.
No, I meant to say talent.
No, it isn't
That's what I
appropriate
said.
to use in this context.
Yes, it
you
is.
need to say potential.
Your son is a talented
How's
person.
he gonna learn if he doesn't learn at home?
He learns here
yeah,
all the
right.
time.
How many
You're
years
never
you
here.
been to
You
college?
wouldn't know.
I'm never here. I'm the one making money. And what are you doing in the
How,
kitchen all the
money?
time?
I
Yeah,
don't see
you're
money.
babying him all the time. Let's look it up. Potential.
Yeah, look it up.
Yeah.
Go on. Just because I
No,
didn't
it
go to
starts with a
college
P.
doesn't mean that
Yeah,
I don't
right.
know.
Look at them. They do this all the time. Same old routine. Boy, if only life had a mute button.
Hey. From the look on your face, I see you've heard the news.
What news?
Oh my gosh. I can't believe you haven't heard about it, Gary.
What?
Tom is dead.
Which Tom?
Tom? Our guidance counselor?
How long has he been dead?
Apparently since a few days ago.
Well, how'd he die?
Suicide.
Where have you been, Gary?
I'm sorry, am I supposed to be here?
tried 20 minutes ago. People are dying to hear your presentation.
My presentation?
Of course, we're all just thrilled.
You weren't here, so most of them have scattered. It'll take time to find them.
Hey, you can wait out there.
Tom? Is it really you? I just heard the news. What happened?
I got fed up, Gary. I couldn't take it anymore.
What's it like to be dead?
It's horrible. My right shoulder tingles all the time. I'm always weak. And I can't seem to get any sleep.
Why? Is it because you've regrets?
Too many. I should have bought the expensive wine and taken a vacation or two. Oh, and got one of those really slim cell phones instead of the grenade I used to use.
What happened, Tom? What went wrong?
I saved and I saved for years and years, thinking someday I'll have my fun. When I'm a millionaire. Well, I never got my chance.
Well, why didn't you just take it?
With me, it's always tomorrow, never today.
So what ended up happening to all your savings?
The bank still have it. Oh, I wanted to ask you a favor.
Okay, anything.
Go to the Honda dealership, the one next to that tacky furniture store. I put a deposit down there on a new Civic. Supposed to pick it up next week. Go there and get the deposit back, and get a receipt. Make sure you get a receipt.
Why do you want a receipt?
Tax purposes.
But Tom, you're dead.
The IRS doesn't care. Things don't stop just because you die. Life goes on.
Good luck, Tom. Take care of yourself.
Where did you go? Everyone's been waiting for your presentation.
There's no time for that. You've got to study.
That's right. You have to keep your grades up. Without good grades, you can't get into a good
The
college.
world is a hard place.
And without college, you can't get a job. You're going to waste your talent.
Why don't you just shut
No,
up?
go to hell. I'm so tired of
Focus on
this.
science and
Focus on
medicine.
science and
You
medicine.
need to find a cure
You
for
need to find a
cancer,
cure for
and
cancer.
Parkinson's.
And Parkinson's.
Let's not forget
Let's
AIDS.
not forget
Oh,
AIDS.
and Lou Gehrig's.
Gehrig's and SIDS.
What about all the refugees around the world? The persecution in Russia and Kosovo and China and...
You didn't go to Tom's funeral. Why didn't you pay your respects?
I've been treating you for many years. We still have a lot of work to do. You've got issues we haven't begun to uncover.
Did you get the flyers for Saturday's gig?
What are you doing here, Gary?
What? Who is that?
You can't figure it out? Blinding light, deep voice.
God.
That sounds so serious. Think of me as your buddy.
Where have you been?
What do you mean?
I mean, doesn't look like you're doing a very good job.
I'll try to live up to your expectations.
God, you gotta help me. Why am I so unhappy with my life?
What have you been doing with your life?
I'm learning. I'm trying to figure things out, God. I'm gathering.
What have you been gathering?
Grades. Points, credits, all these things that they told me would pay off in the end.
Well, eventually you will die. So what's the difference what you do in the meantime?
Wait a minute. Are you saying that you don't want us to think or act a certain way?
What's the point of that?
God, doesn't this go against your will?
What, that old thing? I revise that at least 3 times a week. You have to in today's fast-paced world.
Really? So it's that simple?
Yeah, well, the paperwork is a hassle. Look, you have free will. It's all up to you.
All right, but if we shouldn't act a certain way, I mean, if there's no competition, what are we doing down here?
There's an old saying. A man's life moves in different stages. Stage 1, he believes in Santa Claus. Stage 2, he doesn't believe in Santa Claus. And stage 3, he is Santa Claus.
Okay, well, who said that?
I forget. It was a long time ago.
Why, God? Why did you create us and make us live these confusing lives? What's the purpose? Is there a point? I mean, God, I'm saying you gotta help us. We're running around down here in circles.
You think I know why you're all here? I don't even know why I'm here. Maybe my purpose was to create all of you.
Look, well, I think it would help us all out if you just explain things a bit. You know, that we're in it together.
You think so?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I do see your point. But people are the way they are. You can't change that.
Well, then I don't want to go back. All those people, they're pulling me in a million different directions.
I don't blame you, you know. But there are still a lot of magical moments in life that make it all worthwhile. And you're so young, Gary. You've barely seen any of those beautiful things.
But there's so much misery in between. If I live to be 80, I'll get 5 minutes of pure magic.
You're so busy always trying to find something to hold on to that you don't see any of the beauty that's all around you. Go back, Gary. Go back and have some fun.
No, God, I need answers.
Wake up, Gary.
What?
Wake up, you fool.
No, God, please, please. So what I just learned. Did he guide me or did he blind me? Will I ever find my answers? Maybe tomorrow.